Good morning. How is everyone today? I'm Anna Walker, otherwise known as FELTit, and I come to you from my home studio here in Topeka, Kansas. Anna Walker Designs and StabThingsIntoExistence.com. I'm playing with some new lights this morning, and I think they'll work great for the surface, but they're not giving my face a lot of light, and that's why I look kind of in shadow. So when I come back to you tomorrow, hopefully we'll figure out a different way to do this and get some additional lighting in here. But welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about felted cords. And felted cords are a very easy way to start playing with felting, wet felting in particular. And I have a YouTube video out there. So if you go to StabThingsIntoExistence.com, and you should be able to find a link to click to my YouTube tutorials, and look for the felted cords one. Very easy to do. One of my first tutorials, so please forgive. I'm getting better, and I just wanted to come to you and tell you today what you can do with some of those felted cords, because you can always take the cord and wear it like a scarf, or wear it like a necklace, and jazz up your wardrobe that way. If you're a skinny mini, which is not me, you can take the cords and you can turn it into a belt. You can wrap it not only around your neck, but you can wrap it around your wrist, and you can make a really fun and funky, wonderful little bracelet, nice little bangle that weighs hardly anything. And FYI, if you happen to be a person that gets cold rather easily, this is a wonderful way to help heat you up, because you're covering up an area that has blood vessels very near to the skin. And so if you're a cold person, the wool right here on your wrists can help warm you up, and you'll look very fabulous while you're doing it. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and we'll talk about what we can do with felted cords. All right? So let me get a few things into the camera shot here. I'm going to have to take this one off of its head. Take off its head. No, take it off the head. This is the first thing I want to show you, because this is what my bestie Barb created with some of my felted cords and some of her beadwork. And it's an excellent example of what you might be able to do with felted cords. I'm going to slide things out of the way here a little bit. Barb created this beautiful little circlet, and she just took the cord that I sent her. She asked me for a particular set of colors, and she just stitched them together. There's a little bit of styrofoam head sticking to it. You can see it's just simple stitching together. I'm going to have to move this. Whoops, light went off. Like I said, new lights. Here we go. It's just, stitching them together with a very simple overhand, whip stitch. And then she added this beautiful bead and pendant embellishment to it. And that can actually be removed as well. But it is this gorgeous little circlet. And I'm going to put it on my head and show you what it might look like. And then flip the camera up. But you could, my head's too big for the circlet that she made, but that's okay. But can you imagine wearing this to a party or to a wedding? Isn't that fabulous? So much fun. All right, let's flip the camera down again. So you could make a very simple headpiece like that. You could do a little more complex, and that's what I'm working on right here. These are two different sets of cords, similar colors that I've, again, just stitched together. And while I like them individually, I think I'm going to offset this smaller one on top of the larger one. I just embellished with a few locks, and I did that by just needle felting the trimmed areas onto one of the sets of swirls. And I'm going to stitch these together, and I'm going to move my camera up again, and I'm going to create, let's see if I can hold it together here, I'm going to create a fabulous fascinator that could be worn to any party, any wedding, and make you feel just amazing while you're wearing it. I'll just add an alligator clip or two to hold it into place, but that's another way that you can use the felted cords. Now, let's say that this is just a little too ambitious for you, okay? I'm going to set those aside right over here, and I'm going to come up with a couple of things that you could do, okay? This is really nothing but a felted cord around a piece of leather cording. And so you can take, when you're creating your felted cord, and you can hold a piece of, I'm going to grab some fiber. This is not the fiber that I would use, but it will work for an example, okay? You could take, and before you roll up your cording, could take and you could wrap it around a piece of leatherette cord. You could use vinyl cording. You could even use a nice yarn, you know, if you wanted to do that. But you could wrap it around, needle felt it to sort of baste it together so that it holds together, and then start your wet felting of your cord. You could create, you know, a really pretty, easy corded necklace that you can either embellish with needle felting by adding, you know, some sparkly fibers, some fun yarns that you have, whatever you happen to have on hand, just add some little embellishments to it. You could cause it to be knotted together to form, you know, a beautiful teardrop pendant. I mean, this is a big one, but us big girls like me like to wear big chunky jewelry. There's some little girls that like to wear big chunky jewelry too. But you could create a unique and beautiful one-of-a-kind piece of art and have an accessory that everyone's going to be asking you about every time that you wear it. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is something a little funky. This is a brooch that I created with felted cording and zipper trim. It's not zipper trim, it's an actual zipper, a metal zipper that I pulled apart and I used to wrap in with the cording, and then I stitched it together. You can see that I've caught the teeth every few stitches just to sort of lock it into place, but it's just a matter of stitching it together while you're wrapping it, taking your cording, figuring out where your center is going to be, and then just wrapping it around and stitching as you go to hold it into place. I'm not stitching it to hold it into place, so that's why it's going to be a little fiddling, a little funky on me right now. But once you've got your swirl built up and stitched together, you can see how that gives you a beautiful little rosette kind of look. That zipper trim, I think, adds just a wonderful dichotomy of textures. I mean, you've got the soft, silky wool with all the fibers in it, and then you've got this really hard-edged, you know, bright, in-your-face zipper. But I love the juxtaposition between the two different textures. Then once you've stitched it on, and you're going to stitch it really close to the zipper line, then you can, if you need to, trim off the backing. And what I do is I just cut a piece of felted wool to cover that up, and then cut a little slit in here for my little pin backing. This could be a pin backing, it could be an alligator clip, so that you could wear it in your hair if you wanted to, and, you know, further embellish it, add some fluff to it, add some tulle, maybe add some feathers, and have another one-of-a-kind, unique, fabulous fascinator that you could wear. But add that on, whip stitch it together, and you've got a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece of art to wear. So, felted cords. Who knew that you could do all of that with just a simple felted cord? And the cords can be simply taken straight from a roving that you've got. You can create your own roving with colors that you love before you start felting. you can make this as unique and as one of a kind as you want it to be. And so I hope that you'll head over to YouTube, to my channel, and take a look at that felted cord tutorial, because it really is an easy to do, low mess wet felting project that can give you all kinds of options for using it to, you know, make some beautiful pieces that can decorate you, decorate someone you love, make unique, whoops, there goes the light again, make unique pieces for a wedding, anything that you can imagine, and just from a simple felted cord. So I hope that this has been a little illuminating for you, that you've gotten some ideas on what you might be able to do with some felted cords. And I hope to see you back here again tomorrow at 10 o'clock. As always, if you want more information about what I do, how I do it, where to find my YouTube channel, different tutorials that I offer for free, head over to stabthingsintoexistence.com and let me know what you think. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.